What will you do as governor to reduce the burden of taxation and over-regulation? And Governor Herbert.
Well, we kind of already talked about the regulation, which we've tried to do. And again, it's what Jonathan probably does not know is that we actually have tied to our GOED office, as legislation is in fact passed, red flags that come up about spawning new regulation, which we in fact will go in and speak at the public hearings if they have regulations for plumbers that we think are onerous. So we are there as a partner to make sure we have a good regulatory environment for business. And frankly, that's why we've been listed as the epicenter for small business in America. I mean, our business climate here is extremely positive. Most people outside our borders, from the U.S. Chamber to Forbes Magazine to Polina Corporate to others, say the best place in America for business is, in fact, Utah. So our regulation reform has been very healthy. We've also done what we need to do on taxes. We have tax reform that we've done. They talk about tax increases, but you got to talk about the tax decreases also. We've cut taxes 34 times. Here on my watch in the state of Utah, giving us a very business-friendly tax climate.
Jonathan Johnson.
Beware of statistics and how they're used. We've cut taxes 34 times, but we've raised taxes, and you have to look at the net of those. We've raised taxes during the governor's administration to the tune of over $800 million, while we've decreased taxes $250 million. That sounds like raising taxes to me. The governor likes to quote that we have a lower tax burden today than we used to. But when he quotes that, it's from a January 2015 Utah Foundation study. Well, since that study came out, we raised taxes 3 times. I've committed not to increase taxes while I'm governor. I like the idea of having handcuffs on the idea that more money, more money, more money is always the solution. Let's be creative. Let's be more efficient rather than always looking for more money to solve our problems.
Well, beware of statistics that are used inappropriately, I guess. And again, we have a very business-friendly tax climate. You don't have the success economically we're having in Utah by raising taxes. And the Utah Foundation did say we have the lowest liability as Utahns, tax liability that we've had in 20 years. I mean, that's a pretty good statistic, don't you think? The tax increases are led by Howard Stevenson, the head of the Taxpayers Association, to equalize education. That's a big tax increase he talks about. We've cut income taxes, saving $200 million a year. We've had efficiency in state government, saving us another $200 million a year.
I guess I just asked the governor, is he willing to sign a commitment like I have not to increase taxes while he's the governor?
I can answer that and say no, because it's leadership. It's an economic engine. Putting the right amount of petrol and oxygen, making sure it's cooking on all 8 cylinders requires leadership and making tough decisions. The easiest thing for a politician to do is say, I won't raise taxes. I don't care what happens. I won't raise taxes. We are a very efficiently managed state, getting great results and great outcomes. By their fruits you shall know them. So it would be foolish to say something that blanket as far as we won't raise taxes. We need to work with our legislature, our county commissioners, our city mayors, to make sure we get the right optimal tax policy in our state. And by golly, look at what's happening. You can see we've done it.
I don't think that's the easiest thing. I think the easiest thing for a politician to do is, once he's elected, to raise taxes again and again and again in the idea that it's revenue. Just remember, money taken from you as taxes is not revenue. Revenue is when you spend $100 to buy 1,000 thread count sheet set from Overstock. Money taken from you if you don't pay taxes or you lose your property is not revenue. It's not hard to say, it's not easy to say I won't raise taxes, because he's going to raise them.